Hello, this is One More Shot. Thanks for tuning into my channel. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Jessie had a wife to mourn all her life, that cheering they was brave. 'Twas a dirty little coward that shot Mr. Howard, and they laid Jesse James in his grave. 'Twas a sad
Paul, Jethro and me's awfully worried about Granny.
What's she doing?
Nothing. Just sitting in the kitchen, rocking and staring at the wall.
She won't talk to nobody nor say hi to her.
Yeah, I noticed Granny kind of drooping this morning. I reckon she misses Pearl.
But them two was always scrapping.
I reckon that's what she misses. You know, Granny's a lot like that band of yours, Ellie. She loves to scrap.
That's the truth. Used to pleasure her considerable to throw Aunt Pearl out of her kitchen.
Yeah, Granny don't want no one cooking in there except her.
Jethro, I think you just come up with an idea.
I did. What was it?
Ellie will go out there and act like she's going to fix up a mess of victuals. That'll get Granny's hackles up.
You take care of her for me, Jethro.
Now, Ellie Mae, I know it's against your nature, and I know how much you love your Granny. But for her own sake, I want you to try to be real spiteful. Try to get her riled up.
Do it, Paul.
Hey, Uncle Jed, can I go too? After all, it was my idea. Oh, wasn't it?
Yeah, Jethro. And take that bandy along with you. Ain't nothing riles Granny more than chickens in the kitchen.
Why, I'm going to cook up a mess of victuals. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get out every pot and pan in this here kitchen, and I'm going to whop up the doggonedest meal anybody ever tasted.
Hi, Allie. What you fixing on doing?
I'm going to cook up some victuals.
Granny don't allow nobody to cook victuals in her kitchen.
I don't care what Granny don't allow. I'm going to cook up some victuals anyhow.
I'll help you.
Here now, what are you young'uns up to?
Oh, we's gonna cook us some victuals.
Why, you know Granny don't allow that in her kitchen.
We don't care what Granny don't allow.
We's gonna cook us some victuals anyhow.
Jethro, is that a chicken you're holding?
Yes, sir.
Well, you better get shed of it right away. No, I mean outside. Ain't nothing riles Granny more than chickens in her kitchen. This is worse than I thought.
Don't nothing rile her up.
We gotta try harder. Ellie Mae, what you figuring on cooking?
Grits.
Grits? Why, your Granny just cooked a mess of grits last night.
I know, Paul, but them was the worst mess of grits anybody ever cooked.
Well, heck, I ate 4 great big heaping books.
Ellie Mae Clampett, what a spiteful, riling thing to say about your Granny's cooking.
Child is right, kid. I can't do nothing no more. I ain't worth the powder to blow me up with.
Granny, I didn't mean it. Paul made me say it. Them was the best grits ever.
They sure was, Granny. Like I was gonna tell you. I ate 4 great big bowls. But Uncle Jed, he wouldn't let me tell you. And he made me throw that chicken on you, too.
I don't blame Jed for wanting to get rid of me. I'm just a useless old woman. I ain't good for nothing or nobody. My time has come.
Now, Granny, hold on there.
No, Jed. Just do me one favor. Send me back home. I don't want to die in this foreign country.
Now, hush that kind of talk.
Paul, you ain't gonna let Granny...
Don't try to shield me from him, young'uns. Just make it quick and merciful, Jed. Poleaxe me.
Well, I sure made a mess of that. Come on, maybe we can think of something if we go outside and put our 2 chicken brains together.
Oh, come on, Uncle Jed.
You wait here, I'll go and see Mr. Drysdale.
I asked Miss Jane to come to supper, too.
Mr.
Drysdale, look who's here.
I don't want to be no bother.
Well, it's always a pleasure to see you, Mr. Clampett. Sit down, sit down.
Thank you.
So now, what can I do for you?
Well, I got a little problem.
You know, your problems are my problems. What's troubling my favorite depositor?
Well, who?
You, Mr. Clampett, you.
Oh. Well, you see, it's Granny. That poor little old woman is feeling lower than a fat frog in a dry well.
Well, now, we must do something to cheer her up.
Indeed, we must.
You see, back home, we just have a bunch of neighbors in and have us a do. Ain't nothing pleasures Granny more than doing for folks.
Doing?
Yeah, you know, wamping up a big feed, tapping the keg of her cider, seeing everybody has plenty to eat and drink and has a good time.
Well, can't Granny do that here?
Well, you folks is about the only ones we know.
We'll be happy to come, just say when.
I reckon the sooner the better.
How about tonight?
Well, I'll be right in Beverly. Miss Drysdale in town?
Yes, she is, and she'll be delighted to come. Delighted.
I would rather face the firing squad.
Honey bun, please.
I cannot picture myself with my fine old Boston background sitting down to dine with those prehistoric hillbillies.
Don't.
Milburn, I have told you repeatedly I will not mingle socially with the Clampetts.
And I have told you repeatedly that their money is the pillar of this bank.
Money isn't everything.
Only if you have plenty, which you will not unless you go to Granny's dinner because I will cut off your allowance. Blimey.
You brute. Associating with Jed Clampett has made you the same kind of a man that he is.
Oh, no, Margaret. If I were the kind of man Jed Clampett is, I wouldn't waste time talking. Oh, no. I would put you across my knee and paddle your fine old Boston background.
Chief, Mrs. Drysdale, this is indeed a red-letter day. Guess who has just landed on the roof?
Well, it's a little early for Santa Claus.
No, indeed. It's our distinguished chairman of the board, Mr. Morton Van Ransehorst.
What? Well, I thought he was on the world cruise.
No, he's anchored his yacht off Balboa and helicoptered in to see you.
Mr. Van Ransehorst. Marty Milburn, call me Marty. You know Mrs. Drysdale. Oh, yes, of course. Congratulations.
Congratulations for what?
Well, I think you should be the first to know I'm elevating your husband to the board of directors.
Board of directors?
Nice.
Yes, well, he deserves it. Any man that can land the Clampett account is my kind of banker. And I want the two of you to celebrate with me having dinner on my yacht.
Well, thank you. We'd be delighted.
I have a new French chef that's a genius. Every meal is an adventure.
Sounds marvelous.
But, darling, have you forgotten that we're dining with the Clampetts this evening?
Oh, well, don't worry about that. I'll call it off. Oh, no, we won't. There's one man I want to meet, J.D. Clampett. Business genius. Financial wizard. Shrewd, calculating, incisive.
Mr. Clampett?
Who told you Mr. Clampett was that kind of a man? You did. I did? Yes, right after you landed the account.
Oh, then, yes.
Well, he's still the same kind of man, isn't he?
Of course, certainly.
He's
Crude.
What was that?
Shrewd.
Thank you, Margaret. That's just the word I was looking for. Come on, dear. I'm sure you want to rush out and buy yourself a new wardrobe to celebrate your husband's promotion. I'm doubling your allowance.
Hilton, now you see what trouble mingling with the lower classes can bring. What do you intend to do?
Just what any decent, sensible man would do who has lied his way into trouble. I'm going to lie my way out.
Oh, Mr. Van Ranshoff. Marty.
Oh,
Yes, Marty. Well, the Clampetts won't be able to have dinner with us on your yacht. Oh, why not? Well, it was foolish of me to forget this, but they're rather susceptible to seasickness, sort of a family characteristic. Well, that's ridiculous. They won't get seasick on my yacht. Compared to mine, the Vanderbilts have a rowboat. The whole dining saloon is as solid as this building. Just being near the ocean upsets them. Yeah, what a shame. I was going to fly the entire Lido Dupree show down from Las Vegas. Entire company, a little entertainment during dinner. What's a meal without some atmosphere, huh? Just one of those things. Now, I'll tell you what you do. Jane, charter me a jet, see? We'll fly everywhere to Hawaii, have a little luau, everywhere, moon or mama. The hula, you do the hula? It'll be a ball. I'm sorry, they're also subject to air sickness. You just can't have an ordinary dinner for a sophisticated man of the world like J.D. Clampett.
Sophisticated man of the world?
That's what Milburn says. Bon vivant, international financier. Those were your exact words. They were? Oh, they were, yeah. I tell you what, I haven't done this in years. Jane, get charter a train, see, and I'll get the galley crew and the chef. We'll have an orchestra and a club car. Dinner on the train and dessert in San Francisco. Should be $1 million less. Last time I did this was between Paris and San Moritz. Had everybody dressed as Swiss Yodelers. St. Bernard dogs running with kegs of brandy under the neck. Wow, wow, wow. I tell you, the Duke and Duchess, it really was embarrassing. What's the matter? They get train sick, too. Well, how do these people travel? In space capsules? Just don't stand there. Come up with an idea. I'm racking my brain, believe me.
Granny, look-a here. I learned Earl a new trick. He's a dead rooster. Dog.
Just put his bows in a pine box and send us home for burying.
He really did. He's just playing. Look at this. See? He's alive.
More than I can say for me.
Emmy, you best stop playing with that chicken. You got lots to do.
What, Paul?
Oh, cooking for company, that's what. We're having a big doing.
Well, who's all coming?
Well, Miss Hathaway, Mr. Drysdale, Miss Drysdale, I don't know who all.
Well, what'll I cook?
Well, the fanciest spread ever. Jethro's out right now getting some fresh victuals. I reckon you can start heating the water for the owl soup, and I'll go down the cellar and fetch up some salted possum.
Hold on, everybody. We's having a do, I'm gonna do the doing. Now, man, get this chicken out of here. Nothing rouse me like chickens in my kitchen. And the rest of you scat, too. Ellie Mae, you set the table in the fancy eating room. Kid, you go cut me some fresh greens. Oh, we're going to have a doing for the folks next door. I'll bake 'em up a possum and plenty victuals more. We'll have a keg of cider and a little Mountain Dew, and we'll all have ourselves up hullabaloo.
Look, there's a place out here called the Coliseum, isn't there?
Yes, it's a stadium.
Oh, good. We'll hire it for the night. Tell you what, we'll have a Roman bacchanal, see? All the guests will wear togas. They'll have laurel wreaths in the hair.
Marty,
Yes?
I don't think you can get the Coliseum on such short
Well, I
notice.
tell you what, we'll get Grauman's Chinese. That's the theater. Rent the theater, you understand? Have all the guests dressed in kimonos, and we'll have dinner out in the forecourt. Oh, and by the way, Jane, get me some fresh cement. I'll bet you Jed Clampett never put his footprints in wet cement while eating fried shrimp.
Well, to tell you the truth.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. That's the trouble with fellas like Clampett and me. We've been everywhere. We've done everything. There just are no new thrills.
Yeah, that's probably why the Clampetts are such a secluded family. They never go out.
Hey, by the way, you're going there for dinner tonight, aren't you?
Well, yes, but...
Jane, call them and ask if I could impose on their hospitality. I just got to meet the client.
No, don't call.
Well, why not?
Well, they don't like to talk on the telephone. Now, I'll go up there in person and speak to them on your behalf.
Oh, good boy. Look, just in case, I better get a date for tonight. Get me Liz Taylor on the telephone.
I believe she's in Europe.
Judge Gabor.
Married?
Paula Bridgerton married. Susan Hayward married. Jane Mansfield married.
Jane Hathaway. Single.
Who is she?
Yours truly.
Yeah, Shirley MacLaine married.
Mr. Van Ranserhoff, I think I should tell you that I already have an invitation to the Clampetts for dinner tonight. We are very good friends. Very close.
Really?
Listen.
Oh, would you mind turning around? Debbie Reynolds is married.
Van Ranserhoff, I think you should also know that the Clampetts do not, as they say, cotton to strangers.
Miss Hathaway, let me say that you have a date for this evening.
Jolly good. But, a word of caution. The fact that I have appeared eager might lead you to believe that I am a girl with whom you could take liberties. Nothing could be further from the truth. I permit no familiarity on the first date.
Bless you, my girl. I can't tell you how sorry I am, Mr. Clampett, but you see, Mr. Van Ranselhoff is my boss.
Well, bring him along. Granny's got plenty of possum, grits, and owl soup.
Well, I'd love to bring him, but he has dinner planned on his yacht, and I have to do what he wants. I'm terribly sorry.
Well, so am I. Poor Granny is going to be like a mule kick to her.
Well, tell her we'll come tomorrow night or tomorrow morning for breakfast if she likes, but tonight I have to be with Mr. Van Ranselhoff.
Well, I understand.
Thank you, Mr. Clampett. Thank you very much.
Better not bring these in to Granny just yet. When she hears the news, she's liable to commence flinging them.
Give him a knife, Jed. Just heard the news.
Simmer down, Granny. You can't catch Mr. Drysdale. He done gone.
What do I want to catch him for? Coming back here tonight with Miss Jane and Mr. Ranselhoff?
Is Mr. Ranselhoff coming here?
Sure he is. Miss Jane just called to see if he got the invite. I said, shucks, he don't need no invite. Just bring him along.
Hey, doggy. If Mr. Ranselhoff is coming, then they's all coming, because he's the boss.
Oh, we're gonna have a doing for the folks next door. Jane and Mr. Ranselhoff in that base floor. Take a cider and a little Mountain Dew, and we'll all have ourselves a hullabaloo.
What do you mean Ranselhoff's going to the Clampetts? I'll be exposed. I'll be ruined.
Chief, veritas vincit omnia.
If that's the name of a poison, get me some.
Plain truth conquers all. Tell Mr. Van Ranselhoff the truth. Admit that you deceived him.
Do you know what happened to the last man who admitted that to Ranselhoff? He is now working at the bank at Moose Jaw, Alaska. He goes to work in a dog sled.
I have an idea. I am Mr. Van Ranselhoff's date tonight. I'll tell him the truth. I'll pick a romantic moment and seal it with a kiss.
Are you kidding? He has a bank north of Moose Jaw.
Wait till you see the divine gown I purchased. It was designed especially for an evening on a yacht.
We'll take it back and try to get something as good for a day on a dog sled.
Say, what a place, huh?
A veritable palace.
I hope this isn't one of those dull, stuffy, formal parties, you know. Last week I went to one in Buckingham Palace with the liveried servants and the protocol. Not a laugh all evening.
Well, I doubt very much it will be formal. On the contrary,
Oh, don't tell me. I love surprises. Elsa Maxwell gave me a surprise party last month at the Waldorf Astoria. Converted the main ballroom into Sahara Desert. Sand dunes and camels, real camels. Everybody came as chic. She came as a belly dancer, and I was Lawrence of Arabia. Oh, what a laugh.
I'm packing for Moose Jaw, Alaska. Ranselhoff just arrived at the Clampetts.
Surely you're exaggerating the situation.
Margaret, one look at those hillbillies and I'm an Eskimo.
Lady Clampett, may I present Mr. Martin von Ranselhoff?
How do you do?
Hey, they just call me Jed, and this here's Granny.
Pleasure to know.
How do you do? This is fabulous.
No, this is Ellie. My daughter, Ellie Mae.
Howdy there. Say, I got a rooster that plays dead. You want to see him?
All right, Mae, let's wait till later to show off your critters. And this fine young fella here is my nephew, Jethro.
Howdy, Mr. Ranselhoff.
He's my cousin Pearl's boy. We're right proud of Jethro. He's going to graduate from the 5th grade this year.
Congratulations, young man.
Well, thank you.
Well, let's all go sit in the parlor while Granny pulls a bung on a keg of cider.
Jane, this is marvelous, simply marvelous, and what a surprise. Who would think that a stuffy millionaire like Clampett would come up with a hillbilly party? The man is a genius, and those accents, they must have been practicing for weeks.
Longer than that.
Yes, when do they start the hoedown or the square dance or whatever they're going to do?
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Ranselhoff.
Marty.
Well, come on, Marty. Once Granny pulls the bung on that cider, it evaporates awful fast.
Look, we'd like to get in the spirit of the party. Have you got any more clothes like the one that you're wearing?
Sure. Ellie Mae, Jethro. Take these folks upstairs and get them some party clothes.
Jane! Jane!
Here I am.
You look like something out of Tobacco Road.
Well, you're not exactly Adolphe Menjou yourself.
You know, I can't get over an important millionaire like Clampett going to all this trouble to surprise me with a hillbilly party.
He's a wonderful man.
He's the greatest. He's a millionaire's millionaire. I'll always be grateful to Drysdale. By the way, why aren't the Drysdales here?
Well, that's rather a long story, Mr. Van Ransenhoff.
Call me Marty the way Clampett does. That kills me.
Well, Marty. Mr. Drysdale thinks you're going to transfer him to your bank in Moose Jaw, Alaska.
Moose Jaw, Alaska?
Milton, what are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out if I can convert these into snowshoes.
I've had enough of this ridiculous nonsense. Are we going to dinner or not?
No, that depends.
Mr. Van Ransenhoff spoke so highly of his French chef. I'm simply dying for a Chateaubriand.
How would you feel about a nice big dish of flaming blubber? I hear square dance music.
What does that mean?
It probably means that Ranselhoff has left. He's on his way over here, and we're on our way to Moose Jaw.
Can't wait no longer for the Drysdales. Her owl soup and chicken fried hawk is getting cold. This way to the fancy eating room.
Owl soup and chicken fried hawk. What a sense of humor. Drysdale missing the party of the year. A doozy Dinner in the billiard room. This is priceless.
Now, before we all sit down, there's a couple things I better explain to you, Marty. Now, these sticks with the notches in them is the pot passers. And these pointy ones here is the meat stabbers. Is just dandy for stabbing stuffed crow.
Wish Elsa Maxwell and Pearl Mesta could be here.
Partial to stuffed crow, is they?
Well, come on, sit down, everybody. First we'll have Grace, and after that, Ellie Mae will pass out the deviled buzzard eggs. He is just fine with baked possum.
I tell you, fabulous. Is that fabulous? I tell you, I've been to parties all over the world, but this is the cleverest, the most original, and what food? Imagine calling roast pheasant or just stuffed crow with gopher gravy. I noticed that you didn't eat much.
Oh, the excitement of the evening.
Yes, I must say, I don't blame you. I can hardly wait to get back from that around-the-world cruise to see what kind of party they're going to plan for me next.
Oh, Marty. Granny says you seem so fond of her deviled buzzard eggs, she wanted you to have these to take home with you.
Well, thank her for me.
You bet I will. Good night.
Good night. Is that beautiful? Still in character.
Wonder how much money I ought to draw out.
Don't forget, I need school supplies.
And I need victuals for my critters.
And I need victuals for you critters.
I reckon I might as well draw out enough money to last us a month or two. Reckon $10 will do it.
I never could sleep a wink with all that money in the house.
I told you not to drive with that hangover.
Anybody hurt?
I don't think so.
Well, no harm done, huh, kid?
Well, not to your car, but you kind of bent our bumper. I reckon I can straighten it out, though.
That boy. You going in the bank, old-timer?
Yes, sir. I was planning to.
Well, come with me. They know me here. Maybe I can do you some good.
I hope you'll forgive my stupid husband. Had a bad day yesterday with the nags, and he got stoned last night. So now he's got to borrow some money to pay off his bookie.
What's a bookie?
A little rat called Sam the Collector. Oh, Jim could only stay away from the horses.
Your husband likes horses, does he?
Loves them, especially losers.
Jed says a man who likes animals can't be all bad.
Here comes Uncle Jed, Granny.
Well, let's be on the way. Bye, ma'am. Glad there was no harm done.
So am I. What happened to you? Fall down in there?
Shut up and act hurt. That old geezer's worth $35 million.
What?
Hey, we'll sue him for a bundle.
Case of Johnson versus Clampetts. Are the plaintiffs ready?
We are, Your Honor.
Are the defendants ready? Mr. Clampett.
Yes, sir.
Please rise when addressing the court.
Yes, sir, Your Courtship.
Your Honor.
Oh, just call me Jed.
Mr. Clampett, let me warn you that any attempt at humor will be dealt with severely. You're being sued for $100,000. Do you consider that funny?
No, sir.
Very well. Are you represented by counsel?
Am I what? By who?
You have an attorney. A lawyer.
Oh, no, sir.
I see. You're appearing in pro per. Do you have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Not hearing no objection, I'll permit your defense.
Well, thank you, sir.
For the plaintiffs will make his opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. Although my clients, the Johnsons, are really in no condition to appear today, I have persuaded them to come to court so that Your Honor can see the carnage wreaked by this criminally careless family of hoodlums.
Oh, excuse me, young feller, but our name ain't Hoodlum, it's Clampett. That's all except Granny, she's a Moses, and Jethro, he's a Bodine. He's my cousin Pearl's boy. Pearl's back home right now with Jethro and his sister trying to get her married. She's 18 and still single.
That is enough.
That's the way my cousin Pearl feels. A girl passes 18 and her chances of getting a husband.
Mr. Clampett, will you please be quiet? I'm going to excuse this outburst because apparently you're unfamiliar with court procedure. However, one more infraction and I will hold you in contempt. You be seated. Proceed, Counselor.
As I was saying, Your Honor, I have prevailed upon my clients to appear today, although at the cost of great personal suffering to themselves. Bailiff, if you please.
Is them the people that run into us?
It sure is. What you reckon happened to them?
Something terrible by the looks of them.
Can you comfort them?
Your Honor, protect my clients from these ruffians.
You've got a terrible memory for names. We's Clampett, except for Granny and Jethro.
Mr. Clampett, I declare you in contempt of this court. And I'm going to give you a fine of $100.
Well, thank you, but I didn't do nothing to earn no $100.
The fine of $100 is suspended. Now, please, take your seats.
Jed, where's the $100 he promised you?
Didn't you hear him, Granny? The judge spended it.
What right he got spending your $100?
Order in this court. The attorney for the plaintiffs will proceed.
Your Honor, the maimed and broken bodies of my clients speak more eloquently than any words of mine in condemning the criminal actions of this lawless family.
What'd he call us that time?
Lawless? I know a family named Lawless. Awful nice folks. Raise pigs.
You approve, Your Honor, that on the day and date set forth in the complaint, said defendants did willfully and maliciously crash into the plaintiff's car, inflicting upon the bodies of the plaintiffs numerous and grievous injuries, for which we ask the court to award damages in the amount of $100,000 to said plaintiffs.
He can't even remember the Johnsons. He keeps calling them the plaintiffs.
There are two ways about it. When it comes to recollecting names, that young feller's pitiful.
I want you to tell the court in your own words exactly what happened.
Well, Mrs. Johnson and I had just driven up to the bank where I hoped to borrow some money from my favorite charity, the Horse Lovers of America. And although we've been married for 20 years, Mrs. Johnson and I are still very affectionate.
Proceed with your testimony, Mr. Johnson.
Well, being affectionate as we are, we sat in the car for a few moments to speak of our love.
I love you, Jim Johnson.
I love you, Mabel.
What other man would borrow the money to help those poor old horses on their way to the glue factory?
I do what my heart tells me. Mabel!
What is it, Angel?
There's an old truck careening down the street out of control.
Jim! Is any sight for us?
Well, have no fear. I'll protect you, darling. And that's the last I remember, Your Honor. Those monsters crashing into us in an alcoholic stupor.
Please.
Court is recessed for 10 minutes.
Who you reckon smacked into them people like that?
I don't know, but they was driving something called a stupor. What do we drive, Death Row?
I ain't sure, but I think it's called a Stutz.
We wasn't there. We could have helped them.
Excuse me, mister. How do you get to the playground?
Playground?
Oh, yes, sir. He just called recess.
For my poor Jim's sake, I was glad he was unconscious so that he didn't have to see the worst part.
Would you describe what you mean by the worst part?
Well, you see, the impact threw my husband out of the car. There he lay on the street, broken and bruised. My precious darling. Did those insensitive beasts care? No. They actually seemed happy about it.
Let's back up and hit him again.
That one about knocked him 5 feet in the air.
Why don't you learn how to stay out of people's way?
You brutes, look what you've done to my husband.
I'll bring him around. If this don't bring him around, he's dead.
My poor husband, whose precious lips had never before touched alcohol.
Your Honor, please, sir, Mr. Judge.
Yes, Mr. Clampett. Do you wish to question Mrs. Johnson?
Oh, no, sir. That poor woman's been through trouble enough. I just want to say that me and my family here is right good at tracking and trailing and hunting. And we'd be right pleasured if you'd let us go out and hunt down them rascals that was so mean to the Johnsons.
Mr. Clampett, do you expect the court to take those remarks seriously?
Well, I reckon I did brag a little too strong on us, but if we can't catch him, we got a hound dog named of Old Duke. He can follow a trail a month old.
Why, you just give old Duke the scent. He can't get after it.
Is it possible that you people don't realize that you are the accused?
What do you mean?
You are the folks who caused these injuries to the Johnsons.
Us? Who says so?
They do.
That's a dad-blame lie.
Wait, what is even that?
Bailiff, restrain these people.
What do you mean? We're straight.
No, you want to try. You want to try.
heck of a place to spend recess.
That fella said he put us in here to cool off. It's hotter in here than it is in there.
Well, there's one good thing. He's going to give each one of us $100.
Fine. That's what I say. Fine and dandy. Jed, you look like you're counting hairs on a hog's back. What you studying on?
I'm studying on this whole situation, Granny. Why would the Johnsons haul off and say we'd done something that we didn't?
Well, maybe they stebbing to get the money.
Maybe they's text.
I agree with Ellie. Way I got it figured, that accident they had knocked their memories loose.
I could have. The way they's bandaged up, they must have took some awful hard knocks.
Granny, supposing you make some poultices for the Johnsons, then that'll draw the hurt out of their heads and they'll be able to remember what smashed into them.
I'll do it, kid. And I'll whomp up a great big dose of retchweed tonic. There ain't nothing like retchweed to get you thinking straight.
All right, folks. Judge adjourned court till after lunch. And then he wants you all back in that courtroom on your very best behavior. He said he'd suspend your $100 fines.
There he goes, spending our money again.
I'm going to ask the court for a judgment by default. Those hillbillies aren't coming back. They probably left town.
Hope we didn't keep you folks waiting. We hurried the best we could. Didn't even stop to eat.
For a piece over at our place.
Granny got a lot of fixing to do.
And you're going to feel a heap different when I get done with you.
How dare you threaten my clients?
Quieten down, little man. Ain't nobody threatening nobody.
They're back, Your Honor. All rise.
You can uncover the bridge, but keep the lid on the baked pot. Well, how about the chitlins? They're just as good cold.
Smells good, don't it, Judge? We'd be right pleasure to have you join us. Everybody, we got plenty.
Thank you. That is very nice of you.
Oh, not at all.
You realize how long you've kept this court waiting?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Judge, but we done the best we could. Granny was working like a whirlwind, baking possum, cooking grits, making tonic, and fixing poultices.
I am not interested in what Granny has been doing.
I wouldn't rile her up if I was you, Judge. Not on an empty stomach. Granny gets right ornery when she ain't eat all day.
I am also not interested in her dietary idiosyncrasies. Mayor, remove that food from this courtroom.
Hold on. We's hungry.
That's your own fault for being late.
I wouldn't say too much about being late if I was you. This is the second time today you've come in here in your nightgown.
Tell me, Jethro, you like to drive that old truck?
Oh, yes, sir.
You like to drive fast?
Oh, yes, sir, but I'm
Just
always...
answer the question yes or no, and tell the truth. How do you like to drive fast?
Yes, sir.
Were you driving fast the day you crashed into the Johnsons' car?
Oh, no, sir.
Well, were you driving slowly when you crashed into their car?
No, sir.
That's all,
always...
thank you.
But
Now,
I'm
step down, please. Next witness. Granny, I understand that you make very good moonshine whiskey.
I call it my rheumatism medicine.
But it is quite potent, quite strong.
Well, you don't want to stand too close to a fire when you uncork it.
Yes, well, now then, Granny, do you sometimes carry a jug of this rheumatism medicine around with you? Take it on trips, say?
Only when I get my twinges.
Well, were you having twinges the day you and your family crashed into the Johnsons?
No, and we didn't...
That's all, thank you. Now then, Ellie Mae, when the old truck here crashed into the Johnsons' car, would you show me just where you were sitting?
Well, I was sitting right there, but we didn't...
That's all, thank you. Mr. Clampett, how many guns do you have in your home?
Well, there's Granny's shotgun, and Jethro's lever action, my pistol, my squirrel rifle.
You needn't go on, Mr. Clampett. That's quite an arsenal you have.
Thank you.
You're used to carrying a gun, aren't you?
I've been toting a squirrel rifle since I was knee-high to a jackrabbit.
And I understand you're quite a good shot.
Back where I come from, if you didn't shoot good, you didn't eat.
I see you shot only for food.
Yes, sir.
And you were very poor.
Yes, sir.
And then oil was discovered on your land, and you became very, very wealthy and moved to Beverly Hills.
Yes, sir.
But isn't it a fact, Mr. Clampett, that in spite of all your millions, you are still frequently seen carrying a gun?
Yes, sir. You see,
Now, just answer the question, yes or no. Do you, to this day, frequently carry a gun?
Yes, sir.
Were you carrying a gun the day you and your family crashed into the Johnsons?
No, sir, and we didn't.
That's all. Thank you. Step down.
No, sir.
What do you mean, no, sir?
I ain't all, and I ain't stepping down. Not until I've said a few things.
Your Honor, I object.
Now, Counselor, I have been very lenient with your conduct of this case, just as I have been very lenient with the conduct of the defendants. However, since Mr. Clampett here is the defendant and will bear the financial burden if judgment is against him, the court wishes to hear anything that is relevant and pertinent to this case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Clampett, let us hear what you have to say.
Well, thank you. Well, to begin with, there ain't nobody told the real story about what happened the day the Johnsons backed into us.
I object, Your Honor. There has not been one shred of evidence or testimony supporting the allegation that my clients backed into the defendants.
That is very true, Counselor. Perhaps now we might have it. Meantime, you be seated.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you may proceed, Mr. Clampett, realizing, of course, that you're still under oath to tell the truth.
Well, Your Honor, I learned how to tell the truth so long ago, I reckon it's become a habit. And what with making a promise on the good book, I'm going to be extra careful.
Proceed.
Well, me and my family drove down to the bank. And then we drove on home, and that's the last we seen of the Johnsons till somebody come to the house and told us to come down here to the courtroom.
You may cross-examine.
Well, that's quite a story you told, Mr. Clampett. Very simple and very sweet.
Just the truth, like I promised.
You're innocent of all these charges against you, aren't you? You've nothing to hide.
That's right.
Then why, Mr. Clampett, did you not answer the summons and complaint served upon you by the county marshal?
Summons and complaint?
That is right, complaint. This is a complaint, Mr. Clampett. In fact, it's a copy of the one delivered into your hands.
Is that a complaint?
It is. Why didn't you answer it?
Would you mind reading that first line there?
The people of the state of California send greetings to J.D. Clampett.
That just didn't seem like no complaint to us. And as for Aunt, well, Jethro says there's pretty near 18 million people in California. We just couldn't hardly see how we could get around to greeting them all back.
Any further questions?
Not right now, Your Honor.
Court will recess for 30 minutes, after which we'll hear final argument.
Mrs. Johnson, I'd like to have a little conference with you and your husband before court resumes. Do you know where he is?
Probably out calling his bookie. Dr. Bookman.
Another thing, you told me your husband was a teetotaler. After lunch today, I thought I smelled liquor on his breath.
That's his medicine for pain.
Mrs. Johnson, are you sure that you and your husband are telling me the complete truth about this case?
What do you mean? Are you siding with that millionaire against us poor crippled people? Bodies all aching and racked with pain?
It's just that Mr. Clampett's story was very convincing. And there were no witnesses to the accident.
You told me we didn't need any witnesses. You said because they didn't answer the complaint, we didn't have to bring in any witnesses.
But you mean you could have brought in witnesses?
All you want.
All rise. Counsel for the plaintiffs ready for his final summation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, sir, Mr. Judge, could I say something that might save us all a lot of time?
You any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Proceed, Mr. Clampett.
Well, sir, if it's all right with you, I'd like to go ahead and give that $100,000 to the Johnsons.
Do you admit the claims made by the Johnsons?
Well, no, sir, it don't. But he deserves the money, and I can afford to give it to him more if he needs it.
Would you mind telling the court why you think he deserves it?
Well, Your Honor, I got a daughter here, Ellie Mae, and I reckon she means more to me than just about anything in the world. And during the recess, when I seen Mr. Johnson with his daughter and seen how much he loved her, just like I do Ellie Mae, well, it kind of tore at my heart.
What daughter?
Shut up.
There he was in his wheelchair in that little room across the hall, and in walked this beautiful girl with the long red hair, and I knowed right away she was his daughter because she walked up to him and she says, "How's it going, Daddy?" Judge, Your Honor, with no nurse to help him, that brave man got to his feet and stood there straight and tall so she wouldn't see he was suffering. And he hugged her and he kissed her, and right then is where I found out she was a heap like my daughter, fond of critters. Because he said, "Marcia, darling, when I get this $100,000, I'm going to take you to Mexico and we're going to watch the ponies run."
Your Honor, these developments surprised me as they did you. I asked to be relieved from the case at once.
Request granted. This court finds for the defendant.
Bailiff, bring those plaintiffs back into this court immediately. They're to be held for perjury.
I'm sorry you got all tangled up in the rope.
Well, I am rather helpless. If a man were to try and kiss me now, I couldn't resist.
You couldn't?
No, I'd be at his mercy.
Don't worry about that. Ain't no man gonna kiss you while I'm here.
Jethro, you are like a magnificent skyscraper with an uncompleted penthouse.
Thank you.
Oh, that reminds me, Dr. Twomley is most anxious to see you again.
Well, I'm anxious to see him, too. He never did give me my certificate of health for school.
Well, Dr. Twomley is not an internist or diagnostician. He works in the field of psychiatry.
Well, as soon as he gets done working in that field and gets back to his office, I sure would like to see him.
Well, I'm in his office now, but what I want to explain is...
Hey, I better hustle down there right now. Miss Potts says without I have a doctor's certificate, I can't graduate into the 6th grade.
Jethro?
Oh, good morning, Granny.
Morning, Miss Hathaway. Where's Jethro? I told him to string me a clothesline in here. I'm going to have to take a hickory switch to that boy again.
He's gone, Granny, but you don't need a clothesline.
I sure do. Can't hang him outside. It's going to rain today.
But, Granny, you have an automatic clothes dryer that... Rain today.
That's right.
Well, I just read the weather forecast in the morning paper, and it says fair.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty fair rain.
Granny, the Government Weather Bureau says no rain today.
Is that a fact?
Granny? Oh, howdy there, Miss Hathaway.
Howdy.
Granny, your soap's hardening up real good.
I best go out and start cutting it into cakes. It's going to rain today.
Miss Clampett, perhaps you can ease Granny's mind about this rain.
Oh, that don't vex Granny. Now, she likes rain. Besides, it don't rain enough out here.
It's not going to rain today.
Who says it ain't?
Well, the U.S. Weather Bureau.
Who's he?
If I had to narrow it down to one he, I guess I would have to say chief meteorologist.
Well, yeah, them Indians is pretty good at reading rain signs, but I'll go along with Granny.
The United States Weather Bureau does not depend upon rain signs. It is a vast complex of highly skilled meteorologists working with the latest scientific equipment. They send balloons tens of thousands of feet into the air to measure wind velocity, barometric pressure, moisture content, and temperature. Their radar network scans the weather all over the continent. Their weather satellites are out in space circling the globe. Now, what does Granny have to compare with this in making a weather forecast?
Twinges. Them little starving pains in her bones.
I know what twinges are, but they can hardly be considered dependable weather prophets.
Oh, I reckon they ain't as good as balloons. Granny's got other ways of telling when rain's on the way. She studies ants and spiders and listens to the way the owl hoots and other things.
I'm afraid superstitions and omens cannot compete with knowledge and experience.
Well, I'm glad you're coming around to our way of thinking. Where's Jethro? Granny's going to want him to tote that soap in before it rains.
He's gone to Dr. Twombly's office.
Good. He's going to need that health certificate at school.
I've got to have it before I can graduate to 5th grade. You're in the 5th grade? Yes, sir. Fixing to scoot right on up into the 6th quick as you can give me my certificate of health.
Jethro, a simple physical examination is no problem. I want to explore your mental capacity, your cerebral region.
Should I take off my shirt?
No. That won't be necessary. Just make yourself comfortable on the couch over there.
Well, what did you do to your thumb?
Oh, I have a patient who thinks he's a dog.
I hope this examination won't take too long. I got to get to school before it rains.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that, Jethro. It isn't going to rain.
Oh, yes, it is. Granny says so. And when Granny says something's going to happen, it happens.
Sounds like she has remarkable powers.
The strongest little woman you ever did see.
I meant clairvoyant powers. Would you say she's a medium?
No, sir. I'd say she's a small. She's strong as a medium. And if she ever took a switch to you, you'd know it.
Has she ever taken a switch to you?
Oh, she sure has. Woo.
And you stood for it?
Last time stood for pretty near 2 days.
Sounds like your grandmother is rather savage.
Sometimes she's as ornery as a mud wasp in a dry gourd.
Violent temper.
I'll say.
You're afraid of her?
Oh, yes, sir.
She's vicious?
Well, that's a fact.
Mean?
Darn tootin'.
Cruel?
Oh, yes, sir.
You hate her?
Granny? Why, she's the sweetest little woman that ever lived.
You said she whips you.
Well, she sure does.
How often?
Oh, just as often as I need it.
Jethro, you're quite a remarkable boy.
Oh, is the examination over?
No, just right. Now, you say you don't hate your grandmother. But how do you feel about your Uncle Jed? Is he a strict disciplinarian?
Uncle Jed says that's nobody's business.
What?
He says it don't matter what church you go to, just so long as you go.
My question wasn't about religion.
Well, if you ever get one, you just ask Uncle Jed, because he can quote the good book from cover to cover.
That's wonderful. So you like your Uncle Jed?
Oh, yes, sir. Well, back home I used to brag that Uncle Jed could outshoot, outlift, outhunt, outfight, and outfigure any man in them there hills.
I see. Back home, you were proud of him, hmm?
Oh, yes, sir.
But now that you're in Beverly Hills, surrounded by well-educated, well-dressed, sophisticated, important, and successful men, you still brag about him?
No, sir, I don't.
Uh-huh. Why not?
Uncle Jed says it's sinful to shame these puny little city fellers.
Miss Hathaway.
Mrs. Bodine.
I'm so glad you're here. I just put the last stitch in Ellie Mae's brand new dress, and I'd like for you to see it.
Oh, I'd love to.
Ellie Mae, come on down.
My doggies, when it comes to fancy sewing and dressmaking, ain't nobody sits higher on the stump than my cousin Pearl. That's the truth.
I know, but it embarrasses me.
bet you Beverly Hills ain't ever seen a dress like that.
You have my word on it.
It ain't so much.
Ain't she says. Look at her, grinning like a butcher's dog.
You mean you did this all yourself?
Every puff, ruffle, gusset, gore, and eyelet. Let's go show it to Granny and Jethro.
Oh, Mrs. Bodine, Jethro is in Dr. Twombly's office.
Oh, Miss Hathaway, how well do you know that there, Dr. Twombly?
Well, I'm not a patient of his, but he has a very big reputation.
I think I know how he got it.
What do you mean?
I wasn't in his office for 2 minutes, and he tried to lure me to his couch.
Well, he does that with everybody. He's a psychiatrist.
Yeah, he admitted that to me, and I told him he ought to try to get himself cured.
Psychiatry is what he practices.
Well, he ain't going to practice on Pearl.
Now then, Jethro, as I've already explained, sometimes we have hostilities and aggressions which are so deeply hidden from our conscious mind that they reveal themselves only in our dreams. Now, please, try again to recall for me a few of your dreams. Jethro. I want you to tell me about your dreams.
You keep asking me about my dreams, but you won't let me sleep long enough to have one.
Let's forget about the dreams and go back to your conscious relationship with your family. Now, we've established that you love your mother, adore your grandmother, and worship your Uncle Jed. How do you feel about your cousin Ellie Mae?
Dr. Twombly, there is times when I'd like to whoop the tar out of that girl.
Uh-huh. And just when is that?
When she whoops the tar out of me.
What do you mean?
Well, she's all the time wrestling me down, getting a toehold or an arm lock on me. I'm that smart.
You mean to tell me that that beautiful and fragile-looking girl can engage you in combat and emerge victorious?
Well, no, sir. But she can whoop the tar out of me wrestling.
And that makes you angry?
You bet.
You want revenge?
Yes, sir.
She disgraces you?
Yes, sir.
Shames you?
Yes, sir.
And you hate her?
Ellie Mae? Well, shucks, no. I'd cut off my right arm for her.
Jethro, don't you hate anybody?
Well, I'm commencing to get a mite put out with you for not giving me my certificate of health.
All right, Jethro. You take this note to Dr. Wilson across the hall, and he'll give you your certificate for school.
Thank you. Oh, howdy, Mr. Drysdale.
Well, Jethro, hello.
You going in to see Dr. Twombly?
Briefly, yes.
Do you hate your mother?
No.
Well, don't tell the doctor. Seems to disappoint him something awful. Come in.
Hello, Jane.
Oh, Milburn.
Oh, biting nails again?
Your wife was scheduled for this hour.
Yes, I know. She just called me from the beauty parlor. She's running a little late there and felt she needed that more than this. And I have to agree.
Your wife's doing fine. She's greatly improved.
Oh, really? You know, it's hard to believe that once she was worse than she is now.
Oh, I'm greatly indebted to both of you for putting me in contact with that wonderful Clampett family.
Fascinating, aren't they?
Remarkable. Jethro is the most uncomplicated teenager I've ever met.
Well, the whole family's uncomplicated. Happy as hogs in a mud waller.
You are close to them.
I'm proud of it.
You're just the man to get me back in their good graces.
Oh? What happened?
Jethro's mother misunderstood my invitation to the couch. I'm persona non grata.
Well, you just come with me. I can fix that.
Wonderful. I'm especially anxious to question Granny. That little woman is a walking encyclopedia of mountain medicine, superstition, and phenomena. She absolutely fascinates me.
By dingies, Ellie Mae, you're prettier than a red-winged blackbird sitting on a yeller pumpkin.
Thank you, Granny. But it ain't Pearl dress that does it.
Is this all handwork lace, Pearl?
Every stitch of lace, braid, ribbon, and bow. I put a lot into that dress.
Ellie Mae puts considerable into it herself.
Ellie Mae, Miss Jean here's got a right dandy idea. She wants to take you out shopping for some other dresses.
What?
Don't get your hackles up, Pearl. I reckon she wants to save this one for best.
Exactly. A dress like this should not be worn too often.
It would be a chore to wash and iron it. That's the truth.
Well, now, run along, girls, but be back before 3.
Well, do we have to, Paul?
Well, you don't want to get caught out in the rain in that dress. That's when you said it was going to come down, wasn't it, Granny?
It's going to start to shower at 3 o'clock.
Granny, it is... Never mind. Come on, Ellie Mae.
Granny, maybe I ought to ride into town with them and stop off at Dr. Twomley's office. See what's happened with Jethro.
Pearl, don't throw yourself at that goomer doctor.
Oh, he ain't no goomer doctor.
Well, he ain't a regular doctor. I asked him. I says, how do you cure warts? And he commences giving me a lot of talk about a electric needle. Right quick, I says, how are you going to thread it? With baling wire? He had no answer for that one.
Maybe he ain't just the best doctor that ever come along, but I kind of like him.
Well, I still say don't throw yourself at him, Pearl. If you want to see him, I'll conjure him over here.
How?
A love charm. I got them all wound up. All it needs is a little starting powder, and you just say the magic words.
Granny, I don't hold with conjures and love charms.
Pearl, with your boy in a Beverly Hills school, why do you want to stay so ignorant?
They use this kind of stuff in Beverly Hills.
That's why it's so powerful out here. They don't know how to fight it. Open the pouch a mite, and I'll sift in a little starting powder, and then you hold it to your heart, and you say the magic words.
Granny, I don't know how to do it.
I'll show you. Now you watch. Darling, darling, my true love, come a-swooping like a dove.
Oh, Granny! Granny! There's somebody here to see you.
Granny, I couldn't wait to see you again.
Great horns and gnats! I conjured them for myself. Get away from me, yes, Pearl, you want, not me. Toads and buzzards, bats so mean, switch the spell to Pearl Bodine. Stay away from me! You stay away from me! Stay away from me! You stay away from me!
But, Mr. Clampett, you don't understand. I
Just calm down, Dr. Palmby. Over here and sit on the sofa while you get a grip on yourself.
Well, I'll be getting back to the bank, Gene. I see you're in good hands.
Oh, Milburn, wait. What's going on? Explain it to me.
He explained the behavior of these uncomplicated people to Beverly Hills' leading psychiatrist.
Oh, Milburn, wait.
Sorry. I want to pick up my wife at the beauty shop before the rain.
Rain? What rain? The forecast says clear.
You'll learn. So long, scientist.
Mr. Clampett, I am perfectly all right. All I want to do is see Granny.
I know that, but you gotta control the urge so she can break the spell.
What spell?
The one she throwed on you by accident.
I'd like to talk to her about it.
You would, but just simmer down a little first.
I told you that love charm would work twice as powerful on these Beverly Hills men.
I can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
I tried to switch it over to you, but it had too strong a hold on him. I'll have to break the spell now with my letting go powder, and then start all over for you.
Now, understand me, I don't blame you for the way you feel. Ain't no finer women growed in the whole world than in the hills back home. Now, you take my cousin Pearl.
Powder, powder, white as snow, make the spell of love let go. That was broke, Jed. You can let him go now.
Oh, Granny, wait, what did you do to me? Come back. I want to talk to you. Granny, please.
Granny, looks like the spell ain't broken.
Never seen a man held so tight in the grip of love.
Gotta remember, this feller's a psychiatrist to start with. Now stay right where you are, Doctor. I'll bring Granny in to see you just like I promised, and Pearl, too.
Gee, how do I look?
Fetching as a fat hog on market day. Let's go see how Granny's doing. Granny. Doggy, you'd scare away vultures.
I do appreciate this, Granny.
Me too. Come on.
I'm glad to get rid of the rascal. Why, they must be 30, 40 years difference in our ages.
At least.
I'm not about to get mixed up in one of them May and December courtships.
Here they are.
Bonjour, Monsieur Doctor.
You didn't let... I never got... you didn't let...
Pearl, I never see a spell to beat this one. I got him settled down. I think I found his weak spot, Pearl.
What's that?
He's mighty fond of music. Come on in, yodel for him.
Kid, I just can't bust out yodeling for no reason.
Well, don't worry. I'll lead you into it real natural.
Well, I just hope it helps to get his mind off Granny.
Me too, Pearl. I'm getting awful tired of that young feller chasing me. Why, there must be 20 years difference in our ages.
At least.
By dingy's daisy, it was your love charm that got him started. But maybe it's your own charm that keeps him going.
Say, Dr. Twombly, did I ever tell you about my cousin Pearl here being an extra fine cook and housekeeper?
Yes, you did.
Did I tell you about her dressmaking?
Yes?
Sock darning and shirt mending?
Yes.
Well, speaking of yodeling... At least, Pearl. Ever hear anything like that, Doctor?
Never.
You got any requests?
Yes, I'd like to see Granny.
I'm back at school, Granny. Ain't you spruced up?
Quieten down, boy. There's company in the parlor.
Who?
Dr. Twombly.
So that's how come you so fancy dressed up and smelling with vanilla extract.
Of course not.
Well, he's right taken with you, Granny. He's been asking me a lot of questions about you.
Don't be silly. Why, there's at least 5 or 10 years difference in our ages.
How many?
Tuck away, it's going to start to rain.
But, Granny, the paper says that...
Scoop when I tell you.
Did I hear Jeff? Oh, here you are, Granny. Thank goodness. At last, maybe we can be alone together for a little while. I've got so much to talk to you about.
Before we begin, I want to remind you that I ain't no spring chicken.
I couldn't care less. I'm glad you're the age you are.
Well, you ain't exactly just hatched out of the egg yourself.
So much the better. Gives us more in common.
Well, as long as you got your eyes wide open, let's go into the parlor.
No, wait. I've got a better idea. We'll only be interrupted in there. My car's out front. We'll go for a drive. We can talk much better that way.
Is that your car out front with no top on it?
Yes, I always take the top off this time of the year.
Well, we can't go driving because it's going to start to rain.
No, it isn't.
No, I say it is.
But I heard the news on the way over. The weather forecast is for clear skies.
What time is it?
A little before 3.
It's going to start to shower any minute.
No, it isn't.
No, I say it is.
What makes you think so?
I've been reading the signs.
What signs?
The way the ants is banking the dirt up in front of their holes. And the owl is hooting close to the house during the day.
Fascinating. Come on. You can tell me all about it while we drive around.
Oh, yeah, I ain't going driving in the rain.
But, Granny, it isn't going to rain.
You are the muleyest goomer of a doctor I ever did see.
Come on.
Come on, Granny, help us coming.
I knew this would happen if we stayed here.
Leave him be, Jed. We's old enough to know what we's doing. Besides, he's got to get his car under cover before the rain hits.
It isn't going to rain. Now, look, let me show you. Look. Did you ever see such a clear blue sky, such a... What's that black thing?
That's rain clouds. Hi, doggies, Granny, you hit it right on the nose.
Oh, my God.
That poor fellow's going to get soaked, but I reckon a cold shower won't hurt him none. Might even broke the love spell you throw it on him, Granny.
Oh, I don't care about that no more. Things wouldn't have worked out between him and me no way.
Well, what do you mean?
He's too old and set in his ways.
You want him a Benny Rooster for something?
I sure do, Ellie. I just heard that Jane Hathaway is sick of bed, and I want to cook her up a nice big pot of chicken broth.
Well, that's not... Granny, you ain't fixing to cook Earl.
Oh, of course not, Ellie. But I figured you could turn him loose in the neighborhood, and he just might bring home a plump little hen. Good-looking little fella here, Earl.
Well, Granny, I don't reckon Earl wants you to cook none of his sweethearts neither.
Well, maybe you're right. Just turn him loose outside. And if a chicken hawk shows up, Jethro can bag him. They make awful good broth if you simmer them long enough.
Jethro tells me Miss Jane is ill and you're fixing the doctor for her.
That's right, Jed. Trouble is, I don't know for sure just what she's got. What she told you, Jethro?
Oh, she's got something called sick benefits. Sick benefits? Yes, sir. Well, I called her apartment this morning to find out could she come to supper tonight. And she says, I'm sick in bed, Jethro. And I says, well, Granny will come on over and doctor you. And she says, well, you tell Granny there's already a doctor on the way because I got sick benefits.
I bet it's something like a sick headache or maybe a sick stomach.
I reckon it's worse than that, Ellie, because this is catching.
Is that a fact?
Yes, sir. Miss Jane says pretty near everybody that works down at the bank has got sick benefits.
Because they don't wear ass-affinity bags.
Me, like Mr. Drysdale, got himself a heap of trouble down to the bank.
Is Mr. Drysdale sick too, Jethro?
No, I asked Miss Jane that. And she says the executives, that's the higher-ups, like the vice presidents, they don't have sick benefits.
Probably because they eat better and they get more rest. And they wear ass-affinity bags around their neck.
Well, I reckon we all ought to pitch in and help Mr. Drysdale. He must be mighty short-handed down to the bank.
Well, I can help count the money. Arithmetic is my best study in school. I'm up to 12 times 12 now.
Well, how much is 12 times 12, Jethro?
Wait a minute. Okay, now hold up two fingers. Okay. 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 12 times 3 is 36.
Never mind, Jethro. We's all right proud of you, but right now we all better hurry down to the bank, see how we can help Mr. Drysdale. Come on, everybody. I'll go in first. The rest of you wait here.
How come?
We don't know how catching that sickness is.
Miss Hathaway, how can you do this to me? Now, you know the bankers' convention is in town, and I'm making the keynote speech. Well, you haven't finished writing it for me. Now, listen, couldn't you come in today and be sick tomorrow? 103 fever. Well, I'll turn on the air conditioning. Don't pay any attention to Dr. Murphy. I know him. He's trying to make a big thing out of this so he can collect a big fee. Oh, fine, Doctor. I knew you were there. That's why I made a joke about it. Huh? Oh, of course. Certainly. Yes. Keep her in bed. Goodbye, Doctor. Come in.
Hi there, Mr. Drydale.
Mr. Clampett, hello. What can I do for you?
Well, I reckon right now is what can I do for you? We heard about old sickness.
Oh, don't let that concern you.
Anything you need?
Well, nothing except a secretary, a new doctor, a speechwriter, and someone to take over my work.
For a fellow with all them troubles, you sure keeping your spirits up.
Well, I try to keep laughing so I won't cry. Oh, will you answer the door?
Oh, howdy, young feller. You want to see Mr. Drydale?
Yeah.
Come in, come in.
No, not today. Now, leave me alone.
See you later, Mr. Drydale.
Yes, and thank you so much.
Just being neighborly.
Who was that? Never mind him. Who are you?
Oh, we met the other day when I started to work here, Mr. Drysdale. I'm the new teller trainee. My name is...
What do you want?
Yes, sir, I noticed that you were without a secretary, and, well, I thought I might be able to help.
You take shorthand?
Oh, I don't mean me, sir. However, there is someone from the secretarial pool that I'd like to recommend.
Oh? Who?
Well, the chick, the young lady at the first desk, I believe her name is Kitty Northcross.
The one that wears the tight sweaters?
Yeah. Does she? Oh, I only observed her efficiency.
Yeah. Forget it.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, Skipper.
Who?
Well, sir, I just got out of the Navy, and I like to consider this bank my new ship, and you my new captain. And I'm proud to be aboard, sir, because I know that your genius will pilot this ship of finance through the reefs of adversity and the stormy seas of competition until we drop anchor in the harbor of success.
Bilgewater.
Aye, sir. Thank you, sir.
And now to continue my speech. Gentlemen, it is my observation that a bank is like a ship. Its president, the captain. It is his responsibility to pilot that ship through the reefs of adversity and the stormy seas of competition until he drops anchor in the harbor of success. At this point, take a sip of water and wait for applause.
Oh, good, Ellie, you're all ready. We best be getting down to the bank quick as we can.
Well, Pop, do you reckon I know enough to be a banker's secretary?
Shucks, yes, Ellie, especially since I'm going to be the banker.
Oh, did Mr. Drysdale take it?
Oh, he had to speak at a convention. He says all he needs is a secretary, a speechwriter, a new doctor, and somebody to do his work.
Granny's a dandy doctor, but who can write speeches?
Well, Jethro found one in a book already wrote. He's in there helping Granny now mix some medicine for Miss Jane.
Now my secret yarb. Don't stand too close to it while it's working, kid.
That'll cure Miss Jane, huh, Granny?
It'll cure anything. I gave it to a sick horse one morning. That afternoon, he won a race.
You doctored a racehorse?
No, a plow horse. He never raced before.
Jethro? Pop says let's get it going.
Come in, Ellie. You got your speech with Mr. Drysdale?
Yes, ma'am. One of the greatest speeches ever wrote. 7 years ago, was brought forth to this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
My dingies, that's a dandy speech. I'm proud of you.
I didn't write it. That was written by Abraham Lincoln, the president that whooped the South.
South was not whooped.
Granny, General Lee surrendered to General Grant.
He did not. General Lee figured that Grant was a blacksmith. And he handed him his sword so he could sharpen it. And don't you ever forget it.
And so, gentlemen, in conclusion, Let us think of our banks as a great fleet of ships rescuing the army of American citizens from the Dunkirk of financial difficulty. Let us take them aboard and safely sail them back to the shores of prosperity. Gentlemen, bon voyage.
Beautiful, Skipper. Just beautiful. Listen, the door was open and your voice drew me in here like a magnet. Could I go to the convention with you and hear the entire speech?
No, you cannot.
But, sir, you're my idol.
Well, you're pretty idle yourself. Now get back to your cage and do some work.
What a voice. Sir, you were born to command. In the Navy, you'd have been an admiral.
Well, I was in the Army. Corporal in the Quartermaster Corps.
Great outfit, sir. Backbone of the armed forces.
Get back to work.
That voice. You and General MacArthur. Legends in your own time. Out. Pleasure, sir.
Where did personnel dig up that nut? General Drysdale. Right there. Oh, hello, Margaret. What? You want me to pick you up at the beauty shop when? But, dear, you know I'm making the keynote address at the bankers' convention. All right, darling, I'll cut it short. Will you stay out of here, you nut? I'm sorry. I thought it was someone else. I'm terribly upset today.
That's why we's all pitching in to help. Ellie here is going to take Miss Jane's place while Granny gets her well.
No, you don't have to do that.
Oh, it's no more than any neighbor do.
Well, I do appreciate your kindness. I'm running late, so please make yourself comfortable. See you later.
Oh, Mr. Drysdale, here's your speech.
Oh, I did forget it, didn't I? Thank you, Jethro.
You're welcome.
Well, goodbye, all, and thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.
He's gone, Paul. Reckon you in charge now.
Are you going to take his place, Uncle Jed?
Sure going to try.
Well, sit down to your desk and go to banking. I want to see how you do it.
Me too.
Are you banking yet, Paul?
Well, I reckon not, Ellie. I'm just waiting to bank.
How do you do it, Uncle Jed?
Well, according to Mr. Drysdale, banking is mostly giving people money when they need it.
I'll get it, Paul. That's what a secretary's supposed to do. Howdy, this here's Mr. Drysdale's office, but Mr. Clampetts in charge now. Yes, sir, you bet you can.
Howdy there. You need money? Well, come right on over and get it.
Hot diggity, he's banking now, man.
Come in, Miss Northcross.
Gee, Mr. Billington.
Just call me Bob, doll.
Was this going to be my new office? Bob Doll?
Could be, honey. I've been speaking to Milburn about you.
Milburn?
The president, baby, the president.
Oh, Mr. Drysdale.
Had a girl, oink.
Oink?
Just a term of affection, doll. It means I'm a hog about you.
Oh, that's cute. I think.
Swell. Now, listen, about tonight, this apartment where you live, can you cook there?
Well, I don't know. I've never tried.
You have a stove?
I think so.
Well, how about a can opener?
Oh, I know we've got one of those. I used it the other night to open a bottle of wave set when we did our hair. Mother and me.
Your mother lives with you?
No, I live with her.
Swell.
Rescuing the army of American citizens from the Dunkirk of financial difficulty. Let us take them aboard.
That's enough, Jethro. No wonder Mr. Drysdale needed himself a speechwriter. That's pitiful.
I didn't understand it.
Me neither, and I'm a banker.
Well, I reckon I'd best get out to Miss Hathaway's desk. But I ain't sure I know what to do.
Well, just watch others, Ellie, and do like them. That's the way we learn.
Yes, sir, Pop.
Now, listen, honey, is your mother going to be home tonight?
Oh, we're going to set our hair again.
Well, hello there.
Hello there. Well, she's sitting at my desk.
Get lost, honey, huh?
But Bob,
Billington.
Oh, Mr. Billington.
Wait, in the vault.
Well, what about tonight? Can I tell Mom you're coming by?
Not tonight, honey. I don't need my hair set. Hey.
Hey.
This is gonna be wild. Tell me something. You don't live with your mother, do you?
No, sir, do you?
No, sir. What's your name?
Ellie Mae Clampett.
Well, there it is, Ellie, and you may clamp it. You don't by any chance wrestle at night, do you?
Oh, I like to wrestle anytime.
Scooby-Doo.
Well, Scooby-Doo, you want to wrestle now?
Later, baby, later. Listen, suppose I drop over to your place tonight.
Well, fine.
You haven't got a roommate, have you?
No, sir, I got a room all to myself.
Now, listen, here's the action. I swing by your pad about 7. I bring some bossa nova records, and we trample a few grapes, huh? Then we blast off to the local coffee shop, one where they don't hit me for too much bread. Then we swing back to your pad for a little moon orbit. Do you dig?
Oh, yes, sir.
Crazy.
Whenever Paul goes fishing. I dig his word.
You wouldn't put me on, would you?
Why, sure. Jethro? I ain't tall enough to put you on myself, but Jethro can do it.
Who's Jethro?
Yeah, Ellie Mae?
This little fella wants to be put on something.
Okay. Where would you want me to put you, no, sir? Oh, I'd like to be put on your list of friends.
Mr. Drysdale's office, but he ain't here.
I got it, Ellie Mae. Howdy there. This is Jed Clampett speaking. Can I do some banking for you? Oh, howdy, Miss Drysdale. You want to get picked up over to the beauty shop? Well, I can send Jethro right over in the truck. No, your husband ain't here. He's over to the bankers' convention making a speech Jethro give him.
And now, gentlemen, it's with a great deal of pleasure that I introduce our keynote speaker, the distinguished president of the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills, Mr. Milburn Drysdale. Fellow bankers,
407 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation. Well, now, some of you seem to be amused because I have chosen the humble words of Abraham Lincoln to keynote this convention. But those of you who understand banking at its highest level will understand the significance of these words as I say, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
Paul, this here's Mr. Wilson, the man that called you about borrowing money.
Well, howdy there, Mr. Wilson. I'm pleased to meet you. Sit down a spell.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Hey, have a smoke?
Yes, sir.
Maybe Mr. Wilson like a nice cold pitcher of spring water or some coffee or tea or something.
Would you, Mr. Wilson?
No, thanks, young lady.
You look all tuckered out.
Yes, I am. I've been going from bank to bank trying to borrow some money.
Didn't they have none?
Well, none that they wanted to loan me. You see, Mr. Clampett, my chicken ranch is mortgaged to the hilt. I've no credit, no collateral. I need money to buy feed.
Well, we got a vault full of it. How much money you need?
See, if I just had enough... Are you kidding me?
Ellie Mae, take him out the vault and show him the money.
No. Would you really lend me the money?
Well, that's what banks is for, ain't it?
Well, yes, but I'm poor. I have no security.
Ain't no shame being poor as long as you're honest.
How do you know I'm honest?
Well, if you wasn't, you'd be telling me about how much you got instead of how much you ain't got.
Mr. Clampett, I've never met a banker like you before.
Oh, shucks, Mr. Drysdale can outbank me any day in the week.
He must be a wonderful man.
You bet he is the best banker around here. Now, how much money would you like to have?
Well, sir, I really need $5,000, but I can squeeze by on 3 or 4.
Really, me? Go fetch this man $5,000.
Yes, sir, Pop.
Bring him a cup of that cider that Granny sent down to ward off sick benefits. Doggone if he don't look like he's coming down with it.
Yes, Pop.
Now for my secret yarb.
What is your secret yarb, Granny?
Oh, I dasn't tell you, Jethro. Why, if that was to ever fall into the hands of the enemy, the North could win the war.
Told you, Granny, they done won it.
No such thing. We's just laying back letting them think they did. One of these days when they ain't looking, we gonna jump them.
You gotta believe me, the South done got whooped.
You go cut me a hickory switch and meet me in the woodshed, and I'll show you who got whooped.
That's another thing I keep telling you. We ain't got no hickory tree and no woodshed.
That's right. I guess I'm getting old and feeble.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, open your mouth and close your eyes. And Granny's going to give you a little surprise.
Oh, good.
Swallow that. That'll keep you well and learn you not to talk Yankee nonsense.
Hey, Doc. I hear some square put the bite on your old man for a gang of bread. But he laid $5,000 on him.
Oh, you mean Mr. Wilson?
That's a cat. How'd he get it?
Well, he told Paul he needed it for his chickens.
You're kidding. What would chickens do with all that money?
This is for Mr. Wilson to buy feed. He's got a chicken ranch.
And your dad gave him $5,000 for chicken feed?
Why, sure. Paul's got $35 million.
$35 million?
And he likes folks that raises critters.
Do you think he's got time to see a young critter raiser?
Well, sure. Go on in.
I'll dig you later. Mr. Clampetts, sir, my name's Bob Billington, and your lovely daughter told me that you could spare me a few moments of your valuable time.
You bet I will, young fella. What's on your mind?
Well, sir, I work here at the bank, but my heart's back on the ranch. The chicken ranch, that is. Or was, until I lost all of my chickens. Sweet little critters.
How'd you lose them?
Well, sir, I'm not sure. I just woke up one morning and they were gone. I guess one of them left the gate open.
What kind of chickens were they?
Just regular kind, you know, with the wings and the feathers and those crazy-looking feet. Mr. Clampett, if I could just borrow $10,000, then I could get back into the business that I love, raising chickens.
I see. How many chickens you want to start with?
Oh, about $10,000 worth.
How many roosters?
Oh, no roosters, just chickens. These days, you gotta specialize.
Ellie Mae?
Oh, howdy, Mr. Drysdale. How was your speech?
Sensational. The high point of the convention. Well, listen, did a man named Wilson come in here to borrow some money?
Yes, sir, and Paul gave him $5,000.
Oh, bless him. That's what did it.
Did what?
Got me named Banker of the Year. They're putting a plaque in the lobby calling this the Bank with a Heart.
How come?
Well, 6 banks were secretly nominated for the honor. Wilson went to each bank, and this is the only one that gave him money.
Well, that poor man needed it.
Wilson? He's the biggest poultry rancher in the world, and a stockholder in all 6 banks. Oh, is your wonderful father still in there?
Yes, sir.
How about it, Mr. Clampett?
I'm going to give you just what you need.
Great, lay it on me.
A little advice. Get back to your job and forget about chickens.
You were born to command, sir. The voice of authority, the greatest I've ever heard.
What about me?
You are the only one who cuts him, Skip. What a privilege it is for a young fella like me to see 2 great leaders together. It's a summit meeting, recreated.
Out of my office, out of my bank. You're fired. You're an irresponsible loafer.
May I give you as a reference, sir? Pleasure having served under your command, sir.
Granny, this here's Mr. Billington, and he wants to court me.
Is that true, young fella?
It ever love it is, Granny.
And you got sick benefits?
Loaded with them.
Open your mouth and close your eyes, and Granny will give you a little surprise. Follow this.
Hey, you know something? When I was in the Navy, I tasted some jungle juice on Okinawa.
Good-looking young fella. Good dancer, too.
I reckon that's the new dance he's been going to teach me. It's called the Bossy Nova.
Granny, you out here?
I'm over here, Jed.
Granny, is that you?
Shucks, no, Jed. I got prettier feet than that. Prettier drumsticks, too.
Well, them is them fancy towels Mr. Drysdale give us.
Yeah, he says they're beach towels, but we use them right here.
Granny, we've got company coming, and I reckon you'd like to get some victuals going.
Who's coming?
Well, one of them rich, high society Beverly Hills fellows named of Armstrong Doozer McHugh III.
The third what?
Third Armstrong Doozer McHugh, I reckon.
You mean to tell me that them McHughes named all three of their young'uns the same name?
I think that's it.
Well, it's none of my business. But dogged if I can see where Armstrong Doozer is such a good name.
Kind of confusing, too. I reckon that's why they call him first, second, and third.
How's this feller get acquainted with us?
Well, he ain't yet. Jethro invited him over here to meet us, but between you and me, I think it's Ellie Mae he wants to meet.
Yeah, Jethro's always bragging about his pretty cousin.
I told her there's a fella coming over to meet her, and she promised to put on her prettiest dress.
Well, when that Armstrong Doozer gets a look at Ellie, he's gonna forget what number he is.
Carl?
Over here, Ellie. Ellie Mae Clampett, there is a feller coming to see you.
Well, what's wrong, Paul? I put on my prettiest dress.
Ellie Mae, look at your feet. Ain't got no shoes on.
Well, I'll go put them on.
Come back, Ellie Mae. I just can't think of no quicker way to kill a romance than to meet a feller toting a skunk in yard.
Jed, here he comes.
Is this the Clampett residence?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
He's older than I figured.
And wearing a uniform.
Jethro didn't say he was in the Army.
It's all right, Jed. It's Confederate graves.
Well, howdy there. I'm Jed Clampett. This here is Granny, and I reckon you must be Armstrong Doozer McHugh III.
Oh, no, sir.
The second?
No, ma'am.
That explains him being older. He's the first. Jethro, Armstrong's here.
Sir, you don't understand. Excuse me.
Mr. Clampett, I am Armstrong Doozer McHugh III.
Well, howdy there, Armstrong. I fear you're mighty young for Ellie.
Sir, I'm here to play with Jethro. We're classmates in the 5th grade.
Granny, shake hands with Armstrong Doozer McHugh III.
Howdy, third.
I am delighted to make your acquaintance.
Mighty big spread of years between the first and the third.
Appears to me the second would be just about right for Ellie.
It's Jethro!
Oh, please, sir, please. Master Armstrong is very delicate.
Jethro won't hurt me. He's my friend.
But you might get a nosebleed at that altitude. Master Armstrong is under the care of several specialists. He's very sickly.
Wilkins, please.
Last week we had nurses around the clock.
Even got a sick clock.
Master Armstrong, please. You're not to get excited. Would you like a tranquilizer?
No.
Come on, everybody. Let's go in the house.
I got some victuals cooking.
One moment, please. I must go in the house before Master Armstrong.
I'm sorry about Wilkins, but he has his orders.
What in the Sam Hill are you doing?
This is an allergy spray.
He ain't got no allergies.
Master Armstrong has several.
And spray him.
You don't understand. This spray settles the dust in the room.
Dust in my house? Why, if you weren't wearing the uniform that I dearly love, I'd ram this down your throat and reach in and push the button.
Granny, calm down.
Well, I just mopped and cleaned in here just this morning.
Madam, the air is filled with minute particles invisible to the naked eye.
I don't see them.
Hope you brought your swimsuit, little doozy. We got a dandy big cement pond here.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't know how to swim.
Oh, Jethro will learn you.
Sure. Oh, no. Master Armstrong's not allowed in the water.
No wonder he's got all them allergies. A good hot bath with lye soap. That's what he needs.
Lye soap? Master Armstrong, I don't think I should leave you here.
Please, Wilkins.
Well, I'll take your temperature and blood pressure before I go.
No, Wilkins, I feel fine.
Oh, very well. With whom shall I leave the young master's schedule on rest, diet, medication, and telephone numbers of doctors?
Well, if it's anything to do with Doctor and Granny, here's the best.
Very well. There you are. Now then, antihistamine pills, tranquilizers, acid pills, anti-acid pills, vitamins, iron, liver, yeast extract, antibiotics. Open up, Master Armstrong. It's time for your throat spray. Just a precautionary measure to see that he fights off the respiratory virus.
If that rascal comes around here, I'll fight him. Over to school, all the big fellas is always picking on little doozy.
But not when Jethro's around.
Oh, I almost forgot. The oxygen tent is in the car. Where shall I set it up?
Tent?
Yes, sir. Master Armstrong usually spends an hour a day in it.
Oh, you like camping, do you? I'll say he does. He's as happy as a itchy pig rubbing against a real fence.
Speaking of pigs, I got some hog jowl stewing and a possum pie in the oven for this little feller's lunch. Come on.
Hog jowl? Possum pie? Do you intend to feed those things to Master Armstrong?
Why, don't he eat that good at home?
Oh, he has an extremely delicate digestive system. At present, he's on a diet of special Swiss yogurt. We hunted all over Beverly Hills to find it.
Jethro, get out your rifle and hunt down one of them Swiss yogurts.
Okay, Uncle Jed. Oh, and I'll take little doozy along to make sure I shoot the right kind.
Sure. Reckon Granny will know how to cook it once she sees it. Is it run or fly?
Neither. Yogurt is inanimate. It just lies there.
Ain't gonna be much sport to shoot, Jethro.
That's a fact.
Hi, has anybody seen little Charlie?
A dog! Go away. Master Armstrong's allergic to all animals.
Ellie, Charlie got in the kitchen.
Oh, a skunk!
Oh, city feller, I wouldn't do that if I was you. He might just return the favor.
Oh, I'm sorry. You've all finished.
Go right ahead and chuck it in there, young feller. Looks like you could use a little fattening up.
That's a fact. I've thrown away chicken bones with more meat on them than he's got.
You want some more, little doozy?
Oh, no, thank you. It was most delicious. I'd like to tell Chef how to make that.
Who's chef?
Oh, he's the fella that does the cooking over at Doozy's house.
A man in the kitchen?
Yeah, Granny. You ought to see him. Cooks in a great big white hat.
Well, the first thing to tell him to do is to get rid of the hat and do his cooking in a pot.
Well, how come your ma don't do the cooking, little doozy? Who? Your ma. Oh, Mother. I don't believe she knows where the kitchen is. On her rare visits home, I've never seen her there.
Visits home?
My mother and father spend most of their time traveling.
Oh, drummers, huh? What do they sell?
Oh, they don't work. They just travel.
How come?
I really don't know. I imagine they enjoy it.
Well, don't you miss your ma and pa?
Oh, they write to me regularly. Every month or two. I have a marvelous collection of foreign stamps. And they always telephone me on my birthday.
That's right, friendly of them.
Who looks after you, little doozy? Oh, mostly the governess. Governess? She's married to Wilkins.
Did you hear that, Granny? That fella that brought him over here's the governor.
That still don't give him no right to tell me I got dust in my house.
You folks have so much fun. I never even laugh at home.
Well, little feller, anytime you feel like busting out laughing, you come right on over.
Excuse me. Come on, little doozy. You promised to help me with my homework. He's the smartest kid in school.
Oh, I'd rather be able to swim and climb trees like you.
Well, you help me with history, and I'll teach you to swim and tree climb.
And I'll learn you wrestling, so as the big kids won't be picking on you. Oh, I'd like that. And perhaps I could assist you in some subject. How about English? Thank you, little doozy. But I done learned to talk that. Kinda got a hankering for history, though. What you studying in that? At present, we're on the Civil War.
You mean the war betwixt the Yankees and the Americans?
Well, you boys can run along now. You're excused.
Just a minute, Sonny. Who'd they learn you won that war?
Granny, these boys got study to do.
I want an answer to my question. He's paying school taxes. And I want to know that they're learning our young'uns the truth. Now, who did they say won? The North or the South?
Oh, I wish I was in Dixie down south, the South.
Hush up, Jed. I can't hear the boys answer.
Why, madam, every true student of history knows that glorious armies of that brilliant and beloved leader, General Robert E. Lee, were never really defeated.
Hallelujah. Stay for supper.
Come on, Joe.
Hey, little doozy. Didn't our history teacher over to school say that...
Oh, I wish I was in Dixie down south.
Smart little feller. But I gotta learn him the right words to Dixie. I spoke to young Master Armstrong, and he told me to tell you that he ain't ready to go home yet. He's having too much fun.
He's not permitted to have fun. It's bad for his blood pressure.
Well, I'll tell him when he comes down out of the top of that tree.
He's in the tree?
Say, that little rascal can climb like a squirrel. Soon as his hands get toughened up, he'll be as good as Ellie Mae.
I insist upon taking him home immediately.
I told you, he don't want to go home yet.
That makes no difference. He's going.
Hold on a minute. I don't want to tangle with no soldier in the Confederate grave.
This is not a Confederate uniform. Now remove your hand and lead me to Master Armstrong.
And if I don't?
I'll have to take him by force.
Is that a fact?
Like Grant took Richmond.
What did you say?
I shall take him like Grant took Richmond.
That's what I thought you said.
I'll be back.
Well, you better bring Grant with you, and his whole army.
But, operator, I must talk to Mr. or Mrs. McHugh. Have you tried Rome? Paris? How about Zurich? Well, try Zermatt. Maybe they're climbing the Matterhorn. Well, try anyway. Maybe their hotel has a long extension cord. Operator, this is urgent.
I thought I told you to ski that.
Call me back. My area code is 417, zone 328, and this is mobile 089-303-52. Never mind. I'll call you.
You didn't take a gun to the governor, did you?
He ain't no governor. He ain't even a Confederate. And what's more, he ain't got all his turnips.
You mean he's rich?
He was a-sitting in his automobile pretending to be talking on a telephone.
I wonder how come so many of them kinds seem to wind up out here in California.
Sorry to interrupt, Chief, but Wilkins here has an urgent problem concerning young Armstrong Doocy McHugh III.
No, what is it?
Well, to fill you in, Chief, Armstrong Deuce McHugh III's father, Armstrong Deuce McHugh II, has appointed the bank executor of his will, administrator of his estate, and guardian of Armstrong Deuce McHugh III in case something should happen to Mr. and Mrs. Armstrong Deuce McHugh II. And that is why Wilkins here, and very wisely, has come to you in this crisis.
What is the crisis?
I forgot. Oh, yes. Young Master Armstrong is being held a prisoner.
Call the FBI. Do you know who has him?
A hillbilly family called the Clampetts.
J. Edgar Hoover, please.
Never mind, hang on. Wilkins, the Clampetts are my next-door neighbors, my largest depositors, and my personal friends.
And the very salts of the earth.
Sorry, Chief. But, Mr. Drysdale, young Master Armstrong is extremely frail and delicate, and the Clampetts refuse to give him the proper food or rest or medication. They're exposing him to great danger.
Get the Clampetts on the phone. They won't harm the boy.
But I'm afraid they already have. They've got him climbing trees and eating possum pie. Delicious. But they're violent people. Granny threatened me with a shotgun.
What did you say about the South?
The South what?
Granny! Jane Hathaway here. Could you call young Armstrong Deuce McHugh III to the telephone?
I don't hardly think so. He went out to the cement pond to swim.
Thank you, Granny. Goodbye. Nothing to worry about. Master Armstrong is in swimming.
But he doesn't know how to swim.
But Jethro, I don't know how to swim.
Oh, don't let that worry you, little doozy. We can learn anybody. Oh, heck, Ellie Mae even learned her cat.
Come on, Rusty.
Look there.
Come on, Rusty. Did you have a good swim?
See, little doozy? There's nothing to it. Now, you just watch me and do as I do. Come on, little doozy.
I'm afraid, Jethro.
You got nothing to be afraid of. Why, Ellie Mae is right here.
And Rusty, too. I'll do it if Big Jethro commands me to.
Big Jethro says dive in and swim.
Look, Jethro, I'm swimming!
You sure are, little doozy. You just done swum right out of your swimming suit.
Nice and soft here so nobody won't get hurt none. Can you really teach me to defend myself against those big bullies at school? You betcha. Now come at me like you're fixing to hurt me. Really ought to learn you on someone bigger than myself. Mr. Pullman?
Yes, Miss Clampett.
Would you help us out for a minute, please?
Why, certainly. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to learn this here young fella how to protect himself. Now, you come at me like you're fixing to hurt me.
Oh, I don't think I'd better. I was in the Marines, you know, and they taught us some pretty rough tactics. By any chance, were you in the 3rd Battalion?
Try that, little doozy.
It works!
I'll tell you what you can do. You whittle yourself a whole bunch of these, different sizes, tie them together side by each. You can play a real tune.
But I don't have a knife, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you promise to handle it real careful, like I showed you, safety first, don't cut yourself, you can have this one.
Gee, thank you, Uncle Jed.
You know, by rights, I ain't your Uncle Jed, just Jethro.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Mr. Clampett.
But seeing as how you're such a good friend of Jethro's, you can call me Uncle Jed.
Now remember, Third, you gotta keep your eye on the cork. And when the cork starts bobbing around in the water, then you know that a fish is nosing around the bait. And then, when the cork all of a sudden ducks under the water, then you know old Mr. Fish has grabbed the bait. and you pull 'em out.
Can I hold the line, Mrs. Granny?
Sure, you might as well get the feel of it.
I caught something!
Oh, you couldn't have. There's nothing in there.
It felt like a whale! Help me!
I figured I'd let little Lucy see what it was like to catch a big old catfish.
You hold it kind of loose this way, you bring your arm back, and just as you let it fly, you give it a little spin. You watch.
Perfect ringer, Uncle Jed.
Yeah. Now, you try. Now, you see how handy it is to be able to climb a tree?
Now, be of good cheer, Wilkins. I am confident that we shall find everything here in possum pot. Apple pie order.
Howdy, Mr. Drysdale. Well, Miss Jane, Mr. Wilkins, come on in.
Gonna bake a tater pie to give to little Dudes. And it'll taste so good his toes will curl up in his shoes. To make a tater pie, it takes a lot of possum fat. I don't think that feller chef can bake it in his hat.
Greetings, Granny.
Oh, Granny.
Thought I told you to secede from these parts.
Annie.
Madam, I demand to see Master Armstrong immediately.
Don't wake him up. He's taking his nap.
Yeah, you see, he's getting his rest. Needs it, too. Poor little feller's all tuckered out.
Which bedroom is he in?
He's napping right out there in the sun.
The sun? His skin is far too sensitive to be exposed to ultraviolet rays. He's allergic to animals.
Wilkins, I'm not going home. I feel fine.
You're coming home and have an antiseptic bath and then spend an hour in your oxygen tent.
Wilkins, I'm not going.
Then I'll take you by force.
You will.
Like Grant took Richmond. Master Armstrong.
I'll call you when I need you.
Go away. Scat. 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 Scat.
I wouldn't do that if I was... I tried to tell him.
Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe and check out my channel. I have over 500 videos.